Hey, what's up guys?
It's Miccolo.
It's Ruth and this is how we do it. So today, nandito tayo sa... Yes, nandito tayo sa Hans Women Speak, See What Happens Talk. So, mamaya nandito yung mga ambassadors, Hans ambassadors. Sino excited na makita?
Heart Evangelista. Tsaka ito. Yan, si Landa.
Hi!
Kung malaman yung adulting o ano man yun.
Yes. Gagawa po kami nun soon, pero Millennial 101. Nandito rin si Nadine Lustre, oh my God. Kathryn Bernardo, Gabbi Garcia. At Ylona, ang pinakabagong Hans ambassador. So, ayun. Wala, nandito lang tayo. Makikinig lang tayo sa mga napakagaganda nilang advice, malamang. At first time natin sila makikita ng magkakasama lahat. No? Ayan, pagkain. Ito po yung nanguna sa pagkain. Yan. Subscribe po kayo sa channel
Subscribe to my channel at Skinny and Jean.
Yes.
Hashtag Ukay Generation.
Yan.
So, I'm hiling mag-ukay-ukay.
When I look at myself, I see a girl who's confident, empowered, driven, and ambitious. But wait, am I really? Do I live up to myself?
Am I trying hard enough?
Are my dreams too far-fetched? I hesitate. I feel limited. I hold back. I second-guess. I question myself. But what if I try?
What if I overcome?
What if I just go for it? What if?
Next question.
How are you feeling today?
What statement can you most relate to? Okay? And you have to select from
Your
these.
what?
I can and I will. Courage over fear. There she glowed. That's essentially each and every one of us here in this room. And what we learned is that it's the fear of being judged that's the most common reason for Filipinas to hold themselves back, whether in their career or in their relationships. We know that women tend to question themselves despite their talent, potential, and even success. We also recognize that even the most confident women, just like all of you here today, have inner hesitations.
Change her sweet pie image to an edgy and stylish one, but she was scared to mess up her showbiz career. Did her change of image pay off? Let's welcome Miss Nadine Lustre.
Ang ganda mo, Nadine. Grabe.
Next up, this pond girl questioned how she could stand out in an already saturated industry. Find out how she took the leap of faith and conquered her inner fears. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Gabbi Garcia. Next up, despite all her accolades, she still doubted if she could be part of something bigger. Did she have the courage to forge new paths? Please welcome Miss Heart Evangelista.
Oh my God, Heart! Hi! Hi, fellow
Now joining the
YouTuber.
Pons family is a multi-talented woman who almost quit in pursuing her international and local career. Her inner voices told her that she wasn't progressing. Did she let these inhibitions defeat her? Ladies and gentlemen, our newest Pons ambassador, Miss Ylona Garcia.
Wow! Girl!
And completing our roster of Pons girls is truly one of the biggest stars who would seem so unlikely to feel
Kathryn
self-doubt.
Bernardo.
Let's find out how she faced her hesitation. Let's all welcome Miss Kathryn Bernardo. Welcome everyone to Pons Women's Week. So to our guests here in the Maybank Performing Arts Theater.
But then as you... Hi. I just want to say hi to
everyone who's here. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, as you go through life, you really don't know what's gonna happen, and then you overthink about stuff. But then, so that makes you really hesitate with everything that you do, especially for us because we're all public figures, so it's really, really hard, and you know, we're all human beings. But then, as you go through the process, as you go through life, you start to develop this immunity to certain problems. Then you start to, you know, without knowing, you become confident, and then the next time it happens, you kind of know what to do more or less and how to react to a certain problem. So yeah.
That's awesome. So the more experience you had,
Exactly.
you were able to overcome this fears.
So don't be afraid for problems to come.
That's a great line. So next up, let's hear from Miss Gabbi Garcia.
Yeah, I had a lot. Hi guys, hello everybody. I had a lot of fears and second thoughts in this industry that we're in. A lot of us has experienced rejections, judgments, bashing online, but that didn't stop me from reaching my goal. And I feel like we just have to have that certain mindset for us to keep going. And we shouldn't let anyone dictate who we are and how we should feel, what to do also. It's our life, our rules.
That's a very, very powerful statement. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for that. All right, now let's hear from Nadine.
A lot of people don't know this, but I doubt myself a lot. I always second guess myself. I'm always telling myself that what if I don't do, what if I can't do it, what if I fail, what if I made a mistake, But then at the end of the day, you're never going to learn if you don't make mistakes. So it's okay to make all those mistakes, but at least at the end of the day, you learn something.
Yes.
It's so normal to make mistakes. And also, we talked about this before. When you're online, there's that expectation to be perfect.
Yes, especially if you're a public figure or if you're a celebrity, people tend to think that your life is perfect, that everything about you is perfect, that you're happy, that everything is glamorous, but that's not true. Because we're also human and we also have, all these negative feelings and all these, challenges that we go through. And that's normal because we're also human beings.
That's right. There's so much love for this film, right? So moving on to our second question. Do you find yourself hesitating still in certain situations? And specifically to Kathryn, in your film Hello, Love, Goodbye, you underwent rigorous training that your director, Kathy Molina, described as tough love. Did you have to overcome any hesitations going into this project and its demands from you as an actress?
Yes, a lot of hesitations and fear. So to everyone who've watched my interviews recently, I am very open with my experience while shooting the film because I wanted to share my story. And it was really hard for me because just like any other actor, I was scared. I'm scared to fail. I'm scared not to meet their expectations. And this project is all about my first team up with another partner. First project without my leading man, without DJ, and so yes, it was a struggle for me. Hindi nyo to alam lahat, but yes. Before saying yes to that project, I had to consider everyone, especially my fans, because I don't want them to feel that I left them. Maybe some of them won't understand why I said yes, why I took this big step, but I told myself start of this year that this year will be about growth. And I'm just really proud of myself, but everything that's happening right now, and maybe if I said no to this opportunity, maybe this would have been the biggest regret of my life. So it's okay. At the end of the day, change is scary, but it is necessary. This is, from change, we learn from it, and from that, we grow as a person. So we should accept change. I guess because, this is the world that we're in. Everybody questions you, everybody doubts you. And especially with social media, it's so fun, but it's also scary at the same time. And, once you create an account, you open yourself to everybody's scrutiny. But I've watched my life get dismantled by a lot of people, and I've been through so much in my life. And I've lost, at a point, almost everything. But when you get to that point, that's the only time that you realize that it was needed, that you needed to lose everything to actually, like, one by one put things together, start again, reset, and just build your life one by one. And when I went through that, I guess that's the time that I started. Of course, I still have my hesitations because I know it so well, and I know that I'm going to be great, then it just disappears. So I guess I'd like to say that I'm happy that I'm at this point in my life. I don't really hesitate. I'm just myself, and I don't really care about if people like me or not, or if I can fit in, or please like me or accept me. I'm just myself. And if you're yourself and you have self-worth and you love it and you know what to do, then that just flies out the window. So again, when you're hesitating about something, just go for it. Just do it, because we're all bound to fail one day. But then when you fail, that's when you realize, okay, you know what? This is my chance and I know how to do it the next time around.
That's a beautiful answer. All right, we're going to have a quick, and we seem to be conditioned to question ourselves and our capabilities. To our dear Pons girls, please share how you chose courage over fear to overcome what can be debilitating self-doubt. First off, we'll start with Nadine.
You know what, honestly, I think it's really scary when, a few years back, when I decided to show everyone who I really am. Because in the industry, you have all these people who kind of just have this image of you, who just makes this mold that, that they want to put you in. So it was really tough for me trying to break that mold, because I was so scared that what if I show them my true self and they don't like it? I had so much doubt. I was really scared that maybe at some point I was going to lose my career or even lose my fans. So I don't know, I just had this realization when I was like, you know what, whatever, I really don't care what people would say about me. I'm just going to go on and live my life and enjoy my life. Now it's just amazing because I don't listen to what other people say anymore. It's always just, okay, I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to be happy, and as long as I'm not, hurting anyone or stepping on anyone's toes, I'm good.
That's awesome. It's really about authenticity and being true to yourself. How about you, Heart?
Well, I can totally relate to Nadine with what she said, because, again, in the industry, they want you to be a certain thing, or they want you to act a certain way, or whatever. But for me, I went through this stage where it's not that I didn't want to become an actress. They didn't want me to be part of it, but I felt that they didn't want me anymore. So I didn't really have a choice. So I didn't step back, I was just back, and I didn't know where to begin because I had nothing. And the only thing that I could think of was just to paint, and I felt like, instead of writing a diary where everybody could just, someone steals it and then that's it, I felt that I could actually paint on a canvas and say whatever I wanted to say. Not have anybody tell me, okay, you have to do this. I wanted to paint whatever I want and totally express myself. And the difference of before and at the time, I didn't paint because people told me to paint. I didn't paint because I had to. I painted because that's what I wanted to do, and I did that for my soul, for myself. And when I started to do things for myself, then it just changed the story for me totally. Like, my life shifted, and whether they like my painting or not, I'm doing it for myself. And the moment that you start doing something you love for yourself and not for anybody else, and don't cater for anyone, the way you walk into a room, the way you sit, the way you talk, the way you decide on things completely changes permanently. So for me, it's really about total freedom, being yourself and forgetting about what the world wants you to be.
Beautiful, beautiful answer, Heart. Now, next up, let's hear from Gabbi.
I feel like acceptance is a big key in our lives. If you accept everything about yourself, your flaws, then it won't be a flaw anymore. I feel like if we're all the same, if we fit in the standards of the society of being beautiful, being talented, then what makes us unique? If we're all the same and not everyone's different, what makes us unique? And I feel like support system is also important in our life. For me, I'm a people person, so I tend to really run back to my family and ask their opinions, ask even for their prayers for me. For me, support system is really important. If you have your friends, whoever that person is, your loved one, always ask for their opinion. Don't hesitate to ask for their help. And also, just listen to those people whom you trust, whom you think matters to your life. And just ignore everyone. Ignore the bashers. Ignore whatever people are telling you what to do. It's nonsense.
What I really loved about that is your resilience and your willingness to open up to the people you trust. And that's really important when it comes to forming your own identity, is to know communication, knowing who to trust, know who your real circle is, and then to feel really safe there. So next up, we're going to hear from Ylona.
Sorry, could I hear the question one more time?
It's okay, you know what? I was so in the conversation. Basically, please share how you chose courage over fear to overcome self-doubt.
Courage over fear. I'm actually kind of having a hard time answering that question because I'm still struggling with that same problem. I mean, as a teen, I'm still a teen, turning 18 next year, by the way. So. We go through some stages in life, and especially when you're a teen, you're overwhelmed with these emotions, and you don't know what you can do with it. You don't know who to trust, you don't know what to do with it. When it comes to performing especially, or anything that you love to do, you just get confused. You're not sure if it's something that you should do anymore because you just don't feel good enough, I guess. So, in all honesty, to go back to that question, I'm still struggling with it. I don't even think that my answer will be enough to be able to get people to actually, listen to it in a way, or just, I don't even know if it's just good enough. But, sorry.
Again, going back to it, that's very real.
Yeah,
because we all don't feel courageous all the time.
Yeah, and actually, I really like it that you said that, because it makes it more exciting, because we know that no matter what it is that you're going to go through, the person that you're going to be right after that is just going to be super amazing. So it's so cool that you said that, because we're so excited for you. I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's going to be super amazing.
That's pretty much it. I guess you just gotta make sure that whatever decision you make, it's something that you're ready to spend the rest of your life accepting and living with, I guess. So just make sure that if you choose it, it's what speaks you.
Great answer. All right, now last but not the least, let's hear it from Kat.
Definitely courage. That was courage and fear. Courage and fear. All right.
Courage over fear.
I think I've had a rough year, especially last year, and I think what I've learned from those experiences, where you have to be strong, you have to learn how to filter the positive and the negativity, especially in social media. And 3, just be yourself. Because the past few years, I always tried to be perfect. I always try not to make mistakes. But sometimes I go home, I look in the mirror and I say, masaya ba ako? Parang, ako ba to? Talaga. And so I realized over the recently, yung self-discovery ko was, it's okay to be imperfect because people will love you even more. And I think pag tinanggap ka nila ng buo, that's the best feeling ever. And now I embrace all my flaws, my imperfections, and these people stay with me. So I know na, okay, ito yung mga totoo kong kaibigan. Ito yung mga totoong tutulong sa akin hanggang makarating ako doon kung saan ko gusto makarating. So, I think, like what Gabbi said, family is really important, especially my mom. She's very hands-on with me, so she always makes sure to bring out the best in me, to cheer me whenever I feel down, to cheer me up, kasi I'm very insecure talaga before, and I was very shy. But then now, I think I want to share my story with the girls because I think that's the most rewarding gift you can give yourself, the gift of growth. And I wish after this event, not just us, the Pons girls, na feeling nyo kami dito lahat hindi nagsustruggle, we have our days too. And I want you to know na always choose to be strong. Paglabas nyo dito, we'll have our days, but what's important is that you stand up, you try again, until you're able to make that dreams come true.
And to segue actually to our next question, it is about life lessons. So ladies, for the rest of you, can you share some really important lessons you learned about yourself or about life in general when it came to overcoming these hesitations? Let's start with Nadine.
Me, I guess the biggest lesson that I learned is that it's okay to make mistakes exist. And if you just set that aside, then it changes everything for you. I know it's easy to say it when it's done that, oh my God, I can't do this, or it's so hard, and why is this happening to me, why to me, or all these questions. But it's meant to happen. It's meant to happen to develop your character, to change you, to make you stronger, cliche as it sounds, but it's true. And once that happens and you go to the next stage of your life, you realize that, you know, this happened to complete your story. This happened to make it'll make sense, may not make sense now, but it'll make sense one day. And so never regret or never doubt or never ask why it's happening, because it's just meant to be the way it is exactly. And one more thing would be to just be yourself. There's only one person that could be you. And whenever people say this and that about you, you know what, don't even question why they're saying it. Even the bashers, doesn't really matter. They can actually exist. We can coexist, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the hell with what they think. And it is meant to be, and they are meant to say these things to keep you grounded and to keep you kind, because you can't win them all. So there. I'm trying to cut it. I'll cut it. Okay, you next, Kathryn. But that's the truth. Sorry, what's the question again?
Going back, expounding again, what are some key life... I love it. You're like, wait, what's the question again?
You'd have to repeat it again because I'm the last one.
Go. But that's how you know it's a really good conversation and there's a lot of good insights when you're like, wait, what were we talking about again? How did this start? There's so much information and wisdom being shared on the stage right now. All right, Kat. What's biggest thing you learned about yourself when you made this courageous move, or going back again to the life lessons, if you'd like to expound more on what you said?
I think life lesson that I want to share with all the girls here, accept growth. Growth, me and Tanggadas and growth as a person. Growth because I know it's scary, but sometimes we have to jump into uncertainties because we'll never know. What if hindi mo ito ginawa? And you'll never know, ang dami pala naghihintay sa'yo na opportunity na to. So, I think mas okay na tanggapin mo yung challenge, whatever it is. You challenge yourself and always try to be better. Like us, whether it's dancing, hosting, singing, acting, I always try to improve myself because not for the people, especially sa mga bashers or anything. I want to improve myself for myself because that's my happiness. I want to keep improving, and there's nothing wrong with that. And aside from growth, I think just be happy. Kasi with everything that's happening now, kung problemahin mo lahat ng problema ng tao dito, oh my God, mas stress ka. And sometimes, like kami, mga artista, we have a lot of personal issues. So, sometimes I just choose to be happy kasi na problemahin ko pa to kasi I know na these people won't matter. I have my fans here who will cheer for me, my family who will support me no matter what, my boyfriend who will love me no matter what. So, alright, And so, lahat sila. You have to take care
Sana
of these
all.
people
Oh my
because
God.
they are all part of your growth. You can't do this alone. You need these people and you need to want it. You have to claim it na, I can do this, kaya ko to. Kasi it all starts from within. And I believe that if you have a positive mind and attitude, it will all follow.
Message to your fans or anyone out there who are dealing with their own hesitations. We'll start with Nadine.
I just want to thank everyone for coming here and to all the viewers on Facebook Live. Just, be you. Accept all your flaws and your insecurities because it can help you. Have all these, loved ones around you. Talk, communicate, and just tell them what you feel because it helps a lot. It helps a lot. Be kind, and whatever happens, just be kind. And whatever, if they throw, stuff at you, if they hate on you or whatever, if you have enemies, just be kind to them. Just ignore them and be kind. That's it. Pretty much. I just want to say thank you so much. You all look super amazing. I love the way everyone looks tonight. And everybody watching on social media. And I also just want to say thank you to Pons. I think this new campaign is just amazing and how you really change the way people think about role models and how role models should be perfect, but you're actually showing our imperfections and embracing them. So thank you so much for that. And again, I hope that our answers, all of us and all of our stories inspired any of you tonight. And again, thank you so much for having us. Everybody, my best friend is there cheering for me. Thank you so much for coming. I had a wonderful time, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Ylona and Gabbi. Sila member ng Pons family. Okay, my last message for you guys. Ating mga nasa Facebook Live. I think it's so easy to give an advice. Kunwari, sabihin ko kay Ylona, Ylona, you have to choose growth. You have to go out of your comfort zone. But let's admit it, it's difficult when you are in that situation. Ang dali lang na sabihin. But I think, at the end of the day, what's more scary is that you live your life with regrets. And I think that's the saddest thing that could ever happen to you. So, no matter how unsure you or ang daming uncertainties at the end of the day, at least you can tell yourself, at least you tried. And so can you guys. So, sometimes you just have to jump and sabi nga ng Pons and see what happens. Okay, I like what Kathryn said. Let's see what happens. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, wait. What was the question again? This is one last message for everyone here, for all the people listening. Encouraging message. Ang tahimik ng lahat kasi. Like, we're just being honest right now. Like, of course, we're looking all great for you guys, but at the same time, we need something from you guys too. Give us your...
Let's go! Let's go!
You guys think we're good today? Well, I mean, that's what basically my advice is for you guys. Just, what's it called? Support, Spread love, Don't pit women against women or men against women. Let's just be equal and spread love and be happy, doing whatever makes us happy. Pretty much. Cool.
Yes!
Okay, I'm the last one again. Well, thank you everyone for being here with us. Thank you for your time, for listening to us, and I just want to say hi to my fans over there. Thank you for being here, and to Khalil also, he's somewhere there. He's somewhere there. My advice is just to feel good about yourself. Learn to let go of all the negativity in life. Learn to just breathe fresh air and just breathe all the positivity that surrounds you. Just spread love and positivity. And yeah, don't hate on each other. You know, social media is there for us to use it for convenience and not to hate on each other. So yeah, spread the love.
Round of applause, everyone. So again, thank you so much for opening up and inspiring Filipinos here and all around the world. I just want to admire your openness, your vulnerability, being very real. I know that there's a lot of people who are very inspired right now. This evening was truly an inspiring one. Now back to you, Debbie.
Oh man, I really have learned so much. My head has gotten definitely bigger just by filling it with this knowledge. And of course, we have to entertain some of the questions from our guests and live viewers. So let me reveal the results of our Facebook Live today. Tell her 18-year-old self. Now, can I just say you don't look a day over 21, so this is going to be hard. This is going to be really hard. Okay, so I'm 34 now.
No.
And yeah, it's fun, you know? I'm taking yes. All over my body, I swear. But anyway, oh my god, girl, 18 years old, it's gonna be a really nice, amazing life. There's gonna be so many tears, like 1,025 and more to cry. But oh my god, each chapter is gonna be so amazing. Take lots of pictures, buy lots of nice boxes, and treasure all those memories because it'll only happen once. You're not going to regret anything, so go for it. It's going to be okay.
I'll see you guys on our next video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our